Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kwame. In today's video, we're going to look at 10 things to know about Australia. Without talking too much, let's get right into it. So fact number 1 is Australia is the world's 6th largest country. Okay, it's surrounded by both the Indian and Pacific Ocean, and it's located at the southern hemisphere, and this basically makes it heaven for a lot of wildlife in Australia. Yes, most people refer to Australia as an island. Most people refer to Australia as a continent. Most people refer to Australia as a country, and this is all true because, trust me guys, Australia is huge. Fact number 2, Australia's current population is around 25.7 million people. Yes, I know this is mind-busting because I am from Ghana, West Africa, which is a tiny country in the western part of Africa. And we currently have 32.8 million people. So comparing the size of Ghana and comparing the size of Australia with only 25.7 million people living in it doesn't make sense. And now this takes me to fact number 3. So 98% of people live in the coastal areas of Australia. Okay, only 2% of people live inland of Australia. So why is this so? So basically when you go inside Australia, you find desert, okay, or close to desert, and the climate conditions in the mainlands, in the inlands of Australia are inhabitable. Hence, that's why 98% of Australians live in the coastal lines of Australia. Now let's jump into fact number 4. Australia consists of 6 states and 2 mainland territories. The list includes New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, Southern Australia, and Tasmania. And when we come to the territories, we have the Australian Capital Territory, which is the capital of Australia, and we have the Northern Territory. So each of these states and territories have their own local government, which makes every state distinct and different. One will ask, so what's the difference between a state and a territory? So the laws in the states are very easy going, and basically the laws in the territories are a bit strict. Yeah, that's the easiest explanation I can give to you guys. And now let's move on to fact number 5. We can't talk about Australia without talking about the Aboriginals. So the Aboriginals are the traditional custodians of the land. Australia has a rich indigenous culture dating back thousands of years. The Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islander people have a vibrant heritage with diverse languages, acts, and tradition. Okay, so this basically says that Australia is also black. Because I'm from Ghana, and when you compare the Aboriginals in Ghana, we have a lot of similarities. Okay, they've got a lot of tribal languages, so do we Africans. Most African countries are divided into tribes, and each tribe also got their own culture and their own language and the right. So yes, Australia is black. So now let's move on to fact number 6. Okay, get ready to meet some extraordinary creatures. Australia is home to kangaroos, koalas, wallabies, wombats, and even peculiar platypus. It's like a real-life zoo out here, guys. Oh, and not forgetting snakes, spiders, mosquitoes, and the rest. And not to mention, we had a visitor snake in our house the other time. So Australia got a lot of wildlife animal here due to its positioning in the southern hemisphere. Now, fact number 7, let's explore most of the Australian urban cities. Australia boasts incredible urban centers like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and Adelaide. Each city has its own characters and attraction. Yes, when you move from Sydney to Melbourne, it's like a whole different vibe. When you move from Melbourne to Brisbane, it's like a whole different vibe. When you move from Brisbane to Perth, it's like a whole different vibe. When you move from Perth to South Australia, it's a whole different vibe. Each city got its own unique vibe, which makes Australia awesome to live in. And now let's talk about fact number 8, which is the Australian slang. Australia got a lot of interesting vocabulary, guys. It's not funny. I remember the first month I got here, I couldn't understand a word as to what most Australians were talking about. So when you come down here, you hear some vocabulary words like good day, Barbie, breaky, esky, pongs. Why can't they just say flip-flops? They would like pongs, a lot of slang words, guys. But trust me, you're not worried. Once you get into the system, you get to understand all the slangs, okay? So it takes time for you guys to get used to this sort of slang. And now let's move on to fact number 9. Let's talk about the beaches in Australia. Oh my God. Australia can boast of stunning beaches, okay? So just go soak up yourself and have fun in the water. So when you go to Sydney, Melbourne, Gold Coast, Perth, they got some awesome beaches there, man. Trust me, guys, these beaches are awesome. Okay, so we've got the Bondi and the Cronulla Beach in Sydney. When you head down to Newcastle and also Wollongong, in New South Wales too, they've got some awesome beaches there. When you go to Gold Coast, they got some awesome beach at the Gold Coast. So guys, I've actually lived in NSW and I'm currently living in Queensland, so I can speak of the beaches here. Okay, but when you go to Melbourne and also Perth, I've heard they've also got some great beaches over there. Australians love their waters, okay? They love to surf, they love to swim. Hence, that's why when it comes to sports and activities, Australia is really good at swimming, okay? Australia is really good at swimming. And last but not the least, let's talk about fact number 10. We cannot talk about Australia without mentioning its Great Barrier Reef. Oh my God. This underwater wonderland is the largest coral reef system on Earth, guys. You should visit this place. It's stunning. This place is stunning, guys. So the Great Barrier Reef is a population tourist destination with over 2 million visitors in Australia, okay? So the Great Barrier Reef is also a great holiday destination for a lot of family and kids, attracting millions of visitors each year who come to enjoy the natural beauty out of the water. You should look at the scenery, guys. It's awesome. It's awesome. And that's all, guys. There's a lot to talk about Australia. Okay, so I'm going to bring the part 2 of this and we go through the next 10 things to know about Australia. My name is Kwame. If you find this content useful, you know what to do. Just click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you do not miss out when I release another video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.